German Army Group South is responsible for conquering the Crimean Peninsula this year as part of Germany's summer offensive. Erich von Manstein's 11th Army is assigned to accomplish this and besieges Sevastopol until D.T. Kozlov lands in the Kerch Peninsula with 3 Soviet armies, the 44th, 47th, and 51st. Manstein leaves a few Romanian divisions to watch Sevastopol and turns to clear the Kerch Peninsula with the rest of his force before it becomes a perilous two-front campaign. A Soviet victory would force the Germans into an attritional two-front battle for the Crimea, tying down 11th Army. A German victory would allow 11th Army to assault Sevastopol and Army Group South to advance into the Caucasus. Manstein deploys his corps from north to south, 7th Romanian Corps, 42nd Corps, and 30th Corps. He plans to pin down the Soviet right wing with 7th Romanian and 42nd Corps, and then smash the Soviet left wing with 30th Corps, spearheaded by the 22nd Panzer Division. Manstein also holds air superiority with 8th Air Corps supporting his offensive. Kozlov deploys 2 armies in the north, 47th Army and 51st Army, as this is where previous German attacks have come, and 1 army in the south, 44th Army. Kozlov plans to maintain his position for the time being in preparation for a later large-scale offensive. Manstein orders an unusual amount of aerial reconnaissance missions over Soviet 47th and 51st Armies, while 7th Romanian and 42nd Corps act busy building phony artillery batteries and supply dumps. All of these actions contribute in convincing Kozlov that he is correct to assert the German attack will come in the north. The Germans attack all along the front, engaging all 15 frontline Soviet divisions in some capacity. 7th Romanian and 42nd Corps contain 47th and 51st Armies, while 30th Corps advances furthest against the weakest 44th Army. Manstein uses 8th Air Corps to pulverize Soviet frontline positions and prevent Kozlov's reserves from reaching the front line. Manstein transfers his 170th Infantry Division to 30th Corps because there appears to be no danger of a Soviet counterattack in the north. The 22nd Panzer Division is unable to reach the front line due to heavy rainfall. Seventh Romanian and 42nd Corps launch pinning attacks against 47th and 51st Armies, while the 22nd Panzer Division hits the left wing of 44th Army. It breaks through the 63rd Mountain Division and envelops the 396th Infantry Division, effectively destroying them both. Manstein's 132nd Infantry Division exploits the success and pushes along the southern shore. Cherniak's armored reserves can only delay the 22nd Panzer Division, while Lviv begins to transfer forces to contain the breakthrough and protect the northern armies from encirclement. Manstein's 22nd Panzer Division wheels north, followed by the 28th Infantry Division. Kozlov desperately counterattacks with available armored reserves. These are successful in that they bide time for 51st Army and elements of 47th Army to escape encirclement. However, 3 Soviet divisions are trapped while the others flee east, constantly harassed by German dive bombers. Manstein transfers the 10th Romanian Infantry Division south to support the advance, leaving the 19th Romanian Infantry and 4th Mountain Divisions to reduce the trapped Soviet pocket. Kozlov forms his battered divisions into a disorganized defensive line. Manstein is forced to hold back the 22nd Panzer Division because it is slanted to be sent northwards to support Army Group South's operation at Kharkov. Manstein launches 2 main thrusts with the 170th and 132nd Infantry Divisions. Both succeed in breaking through Soviet lines. Kozlov's defensive line collapses as his forces flee further east. Soviet formations surrender in battalion size during this flight. Manstein sends the 10th Romanian Infantry Division southeast to protect the coast from any amphibious landing. Manstein continues to place pressure on the rapidly deteriorating Soviet force. The 46th Infantry Division makes the next major breakthrough. Kozlov can do nothing but allow the Black Sea Fleet to evacuate what remains of his force out of the peninsula. Manstein left the 4th Mountain along with the 10th and 19th Romanian Infantry Divisions in the Kerch Peninsula to deter any desperate Soviet landing and turned his attention to Sevastopol. However, the Soviet landing in the Kerch Peninsula and consequential battle allowed the Soviet Coastal Army enough time to build extensive updates to Sevastopol's fortifications. The fortress was only captured and the entire Crimea declared secure on July 4, 1942.
This animation was created by Jonathan Webb and narrated by Marushka Rodrigues. For more great battles, visit www.theartofbattle.com. It's like a museum, except not boring.